Each day we benefit from the decisions and actions of others. For instance, when a neighboring family landscapes their front yard, you benefit from this visual aesthetic improvement. There is also a potential financial benefit as that landscaping enhances the appeal of your neighborhood and your home to those looking to move. Unfortunately, the opposite also occurs. Each day we can experience a negative effect from others' decisions and actions. A neighboring family that does not take care of their front lawn causes a visual blemish to the neighborhood. The blemish is not always just visual. It can be financial as well. Selling your home can be more difficult as prospective buyers gaze at the mess next door. In this module, we will examine these positive and negative experiences called externalities to understand their economic impact to society and to the environment. You will learn that the government plays a vital role in managing these externalities. By the end of this module, you should be able to learn to explain what externalities are, summarize what negative externalities are, explain what positive externalities are, describe what the government can do to correct for positive externalities, explain if there are non-government solutions to externalities. I recommend watching those videos on negative and positive externalities here, and then do the practice questions in the textbook. Externalities. The positive externalities are when it helps society, not just the people that pay for it. The negative externalities is when it negatively affects the society, not just including the payers of the process. So for example, negative externality would occur with pollution. When there's pollution, there's negative externality because it reduces the quality of the environment. There can be health hazards to that and potential effects on climate change, etc. For instance, if you pay $3 for an ice cream cone and then consume it, you paid for and received $3 of benefit. If you pay $5,000 to landscape your front yard, you receive the benefit equivalent to $5,000. However, your neighbors benefit as well. The $5,000 cost is not equal to the full value of the total benefit being received by you and your neighbors. The neighbors will also benefit and get a benefit that they usually quantify in a dollar value in a lot of cases. So it's not a cash benefit, but they can quantify it in a dollar value just to show how much benefit it would be. And governments and externalities. So governments certainly would want to encourage actions that lead to positive externalities and discourage actions that lead to negative externalities. From an economic perspective, this can be viewed as governments correcting the inefficiency or market failure. For instance, governments will provide subsidies for flu shots. The person receiving the shot reduces the probability of catching the flu. Society benefits from the higher probability of one less person spreading the flu. If this person paid for the flu shot alone, you can see how the spillover benefit would exceed the cost of the shot. However, with the subsidy paid for by taxpayers, the cost is shared by everyone that benefits. And the having additional goods that we don't need, there's an environmental cost. The pollution from manufacturing reduces the availability of clean air and water. While these are negative externalities that we frown upon, how many of us are willing to give up a variety of coats, shoes, hats, and so many other material items that we enjoy? We can see there is a cost-benefit trade-off when analyzing the benefits from having material goods. Environmental protection regulations and pollution taxes are methods used by the government to manage this cost-benefit trade-off. Should the government alone be held responsible for managing this trade-off? Can each of us take it upon ourselves to recognize negative environmental externalities? Of course we can, and in doing so, we play a vital role in addressing market failure and inefficiency. Each of us are able to turn negative externalities into positive ones. Learning activities. So I recommend doing the practice questions in the textbook and do the mind tap activities. That's the best practice for this course. Best way to study is to do the practice questions in the textbook and in mind tap. So with positive externalities, anything that's a positive externality, the government tries to subsidize. So they provide payments to increase the event of the positive externality because it will help a lot of people in society. while with negative externalities, they tend to tax them or cause for regulations against them in order to reduce the amount of negative externalities. That's how the government controls these things. And it's important that these policies are put into place in order to manage the externalities.